friends, this is Vicki with Grandma Vicki Crafts, and today I'm going to do something that I've not done before. I saw a video from a lady, Lisa, from the Silver Farmhouse, and she made the cutest idea with a little pumpkin. Now the pumpkin I had from last year, I think I probably got it from Walmart. I know Dollar Tree does carry them sometimes. I haven't seen them in our Dollar Tree this year, but possibly Walmart will have them. Yes, this is where I got mine from Walmart, and it says it's $1.98. So this was last year, but I'm sure they'll have them this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little sharp knife and I'm going to cut out his eyes, his nose, and his mouth. I'm going to cut off the pail handles because we won't be needing that. So we'll do that first. So I'm going to take this outside and spray paint it, and I'm going to use brown because that's what I have in my stash of stuff. So we're going to need the pumpkin, some paint. We're going to need some cardboard for a hat, and I'm still looking for a bigger piece to make the brim of his hat. Then we'll need some of this clear, transparent spray paint as well, and cinnamon. And we're going to make a primitive pumpkin. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to run outside and paint this and let it dry, and I'll be back. So here we are. I have cut out my eyes, nose, and mouth, and I have got him all spray painted brown. I think he looks really pretty. Anyway, he's still a little tacky, so I'm going to set him aside and let him continue to dry. Meantime, I found cardboard that I'm going to use for making the brim of his hat, and I have just my little plate here. It's not the dinner plate, it's the next one smaller, so it's about 8.5 inches. And I just laid it down on top of my cardboard and I've traced around it. So I'll cut that out. So that's going to be the brim of his hat. Then I have got another piece of cardboard and the measurements for this piece is 5.5 tall, this way, by 14.75 long. And then you just want to work with it a bit just to make it sort of go into a circular motion. Then we're going to hot glue that together. And then I'm going to also trace around on this cardboard as well to make the top part for his hat. So I'll go and do those things now and I'll be back. So here's my hat pieces. So there's the circle, and that was an 8.5 inch circle. And then I did the longer piece, the longer strip, and that was 8.75. No, that was 5.5 inches tall by 14.75 inches long, rolled into the shape of a circle. And then I traced around on the cardboard the circumference of this, and I hot glued that on. I did take my little knife and I trimmed around a little bit just to straighten that out a bit. So now I'm going to hot glue this onto the top, and that'll be my hat for my pumpkin. And I'm going to then take it out and spray paint it brown as well. So this is what it's looking like so far. The hat and the pumpkin. And the color that I used for the hat and the pumpkin was Kona Brown. And it's a gloss, was a gloss paint made by Rust-Oleum. But I used that only because that's what I had. You can use any color that you would like. So then I have got some little orange lights that I'm going to put inside my pumpkin. And I bought a creepy cloth from the Dollar Tree, and it was just the little beige creepy cloth. I cut off a strip and I just put it through some leftover coffee, and it just grunges it up a little bit. So this is going to be my little scarf for my pumpkin. So, but before we do all of that, I'm going to go outside with my clear transparent clear finish spray and my cinnamon, and we're going to grunge up our pumpkin and our hat. So I'm going to take you with me outside now. So here we are outside. Now, what I've done is I have sprayed some of this on my hat, and while it's damp, I'm going to put the cinnamon on. All over. Giving it a good coat. And on the top. And then I'm going to spray another coat of the sealer on all over and let this dry. And that's going to hold on the cinnamon. So now I'm going to let that one dry and work on the pumpkin. So I've got this on the pumpkin. I'll do his face. And then we're going to spray it all again with the clear finish spray to seal it on. And we'll let that dry. So here is my pumpkin. Now that I've got the cinnamon on and the spray on, and he's all dry. So now I've got my lights back inside there, and I'm going to put my creepy cloth on. Now you could use a piece of cheesecloth, or you could use a piece of material. You could use whatever you like for your scarf. But I'm going to use my coffee stained cheesecloth, and we're going to put that around him. And then I've got a little leaf, and I've got a broken cinnamon stick, and I thought I would just decorate his little hat just a little bit with some of these things. And I found some little berry type twigs in my stash as well. So I'm going to go and attach this onto his hat with some hot glue, and then I'm going to return, and he should be all finished. So here we are, all complete. He's got his decorations on his little hat, and I think he turns out really cute, and he's very primitive looking. So if this is something you'd like to try, I hope you will. It was a lot of fun. And also remember to check out the Silver Farmhouse, and it's Lisa, and you can see how she made hers. I did mine a little bit different than what she has done, but she was the inspiration for me to make this today. So if you like this, please give me a big thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and always remember to be kind. Thanks so much for watching. Bye now.